Picture yourself, in ancient Greece, a bustling society of thought and innovation. Amongst the hubbub of philosophers and sophists, a figure emerges, Protagoras. Born around 490 BC in Abdera, a city in Thrace, Protagoras stirred the intellectual waters of Athens, the intellectual heartland, with his groundbreaking ideas. Yet he was far from a typical philosopher. He was a sophist, a master of rhetoric and persuasion, offering to teach these skills for a fee. Part 1: The Measuring Man. Imagine now a time when truth was as solid as a marble statue of Zeus, immovable and universally agreed upon. Then, along came Protagoras, challenging this notion and wielding his revolutionary maxim: man is the measure of all things, of the things that are, that they are, and of the things that are not, that they are not. What did he mean by this? Simply put, each person's perception is their reality. If one person believes the wind to be cold while another deems it warm, then to each of them, it is so. No universal truth decrees the temperature of the wind, it is, instead, dependent on the individual's judgment. Now this doesn't mean that everyone's perceptions are accurate or without illusion, rather Protagoras insisted that these perceptions are their own truths. Not in a metaphysical sense, but in an experimental one. It's a thought-provoking approach that directly challenged the popular belief in universal absolutes. Part 2: The Relativity of Truth. From the measure of man, it's a small leap to the relativity of truth, another Protagorean brainchild. But what exactly does this entail? Is truth not a consistent entity, untouched by the ebbs and flows of perspective? Not according to Protagoras. To him, truth was a democratic entity, its nature decided by the collective perceptions of men. If the majority perceives the sky to be blue, then indeed, it is blue. Yet if truth is relative, what happens to justice, to ethics? What becomes of good and evil? Enter the concept of moral relativism. Part 3: Moral Relativity and the Question of Ethics. Protagoras was the pioneering spirit behind moral relativism, the belief that morality is determined by society and not by an overarching divine law. This standpoint provided an alternative viewpoint to the predominantly theocratic societies of the time. Imagine you're an Athenian citizen. To you, democracy seems the most ethical form of government. Yet travel to the city-state of Sparta, where militaristic oligarchy prevails, and you might be met with vehement disagreement. So, who's right? According to Protagoras, both are, within their respective societies. But moral relativism also has its detractors. Doesn't it sanction any behavior deemed acceptable by a given society, however brutal or inhumane? What about universal human rights? While these are compelling counterarguments, it's crucial to remember that Protagoras lived in a time when these modern concepts were yet to be crystallized. He stirred the pot of philosophical thought, urging society to question the absolutism that was ingrained in them. Part 4: Leaving a Legacy. Protagoras, through his contributions to philosophy, pushed boundaries and incited intellectual rebellions. His ideas, while contentious, nurtured a richer understanding of reality and ethics, inciting debates that persist to this day. So as we venture back to our modern era, we carry with us these echoes from the past: the measure of man, the relativity of truth, and moral relativism, understanding them not as absolute truths but as ways of looking at our world. The legacy of Protagoras invites us to question, to debate, and to see the world through myriad lenses, a truly invaluable gift. I hope you found our journey through the life and philosophy of Protagoras enlightening. If you've enjoyed it, remember to like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. To hear more interesting philosophical discussions, follow our podcast, and for a deeper dive into philosophy, visit our website, philosophymt.com.